So I think in this video, I'm just gonna tell you guys a lot of ways to tell if a guy likes you based on things that he's already doing. But at the end of this video, I'm gonna tell you guys something that you can do to find out if he's into you. That way you have a little bit of the control and you're not just waiting to see what he does. So yeah, like stick around to the end of the video for that. But obviously there are gonna be a lot of things that guys do when they like you, and it will vary from person to person. But today I'm gonna try and give you guys the ones that are like most likely to be true. Cause like I remember back in the day when I was in high school, there was this one girl that I was like really into at one point. Actually, there was a point where I wasn't into her, and then there was a point where I was into her. So like, we hung out a lot. We were like friends first. And there was one point where it was like, you know, me and her were at a high school football game. We were hanging out. Now, it was a little cold. And you know, I'm not stupid. I bring like a sweatshirt with me to stay warm. And she didn't bring a sweatshirt. And you know why she didn't bring a sweatshirt? Because she thought, like, hey, I'm gonna be with a guy. If I get cold, I'll just take his. And I'll tell you what, that is one really good way to find out if a guy likes you. Unfortunately for her, though, I like myself more than I liked her. So when she asked me for my sweatshirt, I said no. But then here's the thing. Later down the road, eventually, I did, like, have a thing for her. And we were, like, in the same exact situation. We weren't, like, at a football game, but it was like we were out, it was cold, and she wanted a sweatshirt, and I gave her mine. And you wanna know what happened? I never saw that sweatshirt again. So real quick tip for the guys, if you ever give a girl a sweatshirt, don't expect to ever see it again. But if you are cold and a guy is willing to sacrifice his warmth for you to be happy, very good sign. Also, if you're like going out with them, if you're on a date, or if you're just calling it hanging out, whatever you want to call it, if he's touching you like anywhere at all, like there's a reason he's touching you. If he's not attracted to you, he's not gonna want to touch you. Ladies, if a guy is about to walk by you and you're not attracted to him, you will make sure you give him plenty of room to not touch you. But when you're into a guy, I'm sure you might accidentally, you know, brush up against him a little bit. That's a very clear sign if someone's into you. Especially if he's touching you anywhere that's like kind of sensitive, like, you know, if you have hair in your face and you like, he brushes it out of your face for you, like, okay, pretty obvious. If he puts his hand on your lower back, another really clear sign. If he's holding your hand, yeah. And it's not only touching, touching's a really big one, but even if he's just like looking at you a lot, like that right there, it sounds a little creepy, I know, but like that right there is a very good sign. Thing is, we can't help it. If you're attractive, we're gonna be thinking about you regardless, so we're gonna wanna look at you. Now maybe they're really good at being low-key about it, but like if their feet are facing towards you, like I used to do this back in high school, like I had this one class with this girl I was into. I was into a lot of girls in high school, but like the teacher was like this way, but I would just like sit like this in class, so my feet would be like facing this way, because I don't know, the girl I was into was over there, and that's just like where my feet went. I don't know why, but it's just like a psychology thing. That's just how it works. So like pay attention to where their feet are pointing, because like that actually says a lot. I would also say that compliments, like any kind of compliment in general, pretty big sign. But I said this before, I'll say it again, it's all about the eyes. Because yeah, any compliments in general are really good, but if he compliments like your eyes, that probably means that he was holding eye contact with you for a long enough period of time to be able to have an opinion. And also remember, there is a difference between someone saying that you have really nice eyes and someone just saying that you're hot. Yeah, they're both compliments, but I think there's a very different meaning to both of those. Another weird trick to tell if a guy likes you would be like, this is gonna sound weird, but if a guy is doing a lot of these other signs and then he goes and like flirts with other girls in front of you, that actually definitely means he likes you. It also means he's kind of an asshole, but it means that he wants to try and make you a little bit jealous. And the reason he's doing this, and I think girls do this too sometimes, it's he literally wants to see if you're gonna care. And usually what happens is the girl does care, but then the girl pretends she doesn't care, then the guy thinks the girl doesn't like him, and then it's just this big mess. That's why I don't do this, but still I know a lot of guys that do. But that's basically his way of finding out if you like him back, so don't take it personal. I understand it's stupid, but it's also true, and it's just part of the game, apparently. And I hope you guys are liking these tips so far. If you are, give this video a thumbs up down below. I've said in the past, you know, we get like between 5 and 10,000 thumbs up. I'll make another video like this in the future. But anyway, these are all things that like he's doing that you can like kind of look for. But there are a lot of things that you can do that are like in your control, where you're not just like waiting to see what he does, but what you can do to be able to tell if he likes you as well. And I think those are even better. So like one example of this would be like, first of all, you have to be like in a conversation with them. Believe it or not, when a guy likes you, it's very easy to get onto a topic like that. But once you do, I want you to say something along the lines of, you love guys who wear the color red. It doesn't matter what the color is, it doesn't even matter what you say you like, but you want to tell them you like when guys wear a certain type of thing. Because what's going to happen is you're going to tell him you like when guys kind of wear this certain thing, and if he's into you, he's probably going to start wearing that kind of thing. Now if you make it something really obvious, like if you like guys who wear, you know, the onesies, that's gonna be a little weird. He's not gonna come into school the next day rocking a onesie, not gonna happen. But if you tell him that you like something that's like kind of like actually trendy right now that he's not doing, and then he starts doing that, that's a pretty good sign. It's not 100%, but it is something you can do, and if he does do it, that's definitely not a bad sign. Seriously though, try it out. Tell me, and leave a comment down below letting me know if you think that would work on a guy, or if you disagree with that. I would love to hear your thoughts. But if this is your first time ever watching one of my videos and you don't hate my face, feel free to subscribe because I make a lot of videos like this every single Monday. But anyway guys, that's really all I've got to say on it, so thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next Monday. Peace.